What's up guys, Jeep and Bubba here, and today I'm installing front and rear fenders as well as inner fenders on a Jeep JLU. The first thing you want to do when you get started is scan that barcode right there, that QR code. That's going to have all the instructions, and there's also a great video by Off-Road Pony. I'll put that link in the description. But basically, I'm unboxing these. I'm going to give you guys my opinion. I'm also going to give you some tips for installing them. Right now, I'm actually working on installing the front inner. So one thing that you want to be certain of, like for me, I've got some rock lights I want to install. Make sure that wiring's done ahead of time. Okay, and one thing I'll show you on the other side is how all the different brackets and stuff work, but they're pretty easy to assemble right out of the gate. You've got some 4mm, you need a 4mm Allen. You've got some bolts with 10mm nuts on the back side. There's just 4 of them to put these together. Super easy. You got a riv nut you got to put in right here. Okay, you're supposed to put in a riv nut right here. Now I've cut the brackets off because I had different fenders and inners in here before. So what I'm going to do is put a riv nut in the bottom of this right here and push it back a little bit. But you'll be using an existing hole. If you don't know how to use a riv nut, I would Google that and right off the bat, because you're going to need them if you're installing the fenders. Maybe you're just installing these inner fenders with maybe some stocks or something like that. And then one thing I noticed as I'm mocking these up, I went ahead and looked at instructions for the fenders, and there's going to need to be a hole drilled here and a spacer put in right down there. So, you know, get used to maybe pulling these inners out 2 or 3 times as you're mocking them up, drilling holes, and getting your riv nuts all in place. Alright, you see this bracket right here? You're going to be loosening that 10mm right there and wedging this piece underneath that same bracket area. There's basically a way that has to be oriented, and it'll tell you in the instructions so that it can reach that hole right there. That's really the only, you know, kind of difficult part to line up. You want to get that first. Also, as far as, you know, wiring, if you're going to do the fenders, you got to make sure that your harness is out of this inner fender, and then you can reach it. You may want to go ahead and lengthen it if you need to. Yeah. Alright, so this is the driver's side. I'm working on the passenger side now. Got it all buttoned up. One thing I did is I wanted to know exactly where I needed to put my riv nuts. So I marked it with a paint pen through the hole, so then I knew exactly where to put them. The cool thing is the riv nuts they provide actually don't have to be drilled out. They just pop right in the holes. Once you've marked them and you know which ones they are, you just pop them in and then use your riv nut tool. If you're thinking about using the one they included, that's going to take a lot of time, and it's definitely worth your money to grab one of these bad boys. They're 30-40 bucks. You can pick them up at pretty much any place that sells tools, like Harbor Freight or something like that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I know I don't use this first hole. I think we use this one here. Boom. Pops right in, and you're not drilling anything, so that's nice. And then you're gonna tighten that down. Pretty easy to do. One thing I did was went ahead, I've tightened this one. It's in. I put that bracket in. I use a self tapper right here, but you're gonna use the hole that's already there and put a riv nut in. And then I leave this one. That one you're gonna put a riv nut in, drilled out riv nut. Okay. That one I'm leaving loose. Okay. That way I can reach back here and install the. I can pull this back and install the bolt and the spacer that goes in there. So I'm gonna get those in right now. It's really not hard to do. If you have any questions about it, make sure you leave them in the comments. I am gonna wrap this up for the night and start on the rear tomorrow. So we'll see you in the morning. What's up guys, we're back at it today. Okay, so let's get to these backs. They're super easy, they're cake. Alright, you gotta assemble it. It's just 2 pieces. Only goes on one way. You can put all your bolts in right there with the nuts on the back. That's super easy. And then you're gonna have this kind of nut strip thing, and they're very specific for each side that they go on, okay? So you're gonna grab some bolts like this, nuts, going back here. All right, this is the strip that goes on the passenger side. We've put those speed clips in right there. And then I popped out the Christmas trees that hold this in. They're gonna bolt in just like that. You're gonna put your bolt nut in, and then your inner fender is gonna attach there, and then it's gonna attach right here and all these spots just like that. If they don't line up, you can actually drill the holes out, and then you'll put your speed clips in so it holds it. So the most ideal thing is for it to rain and also be 98 degrees, but we got it done. Let me show you. So what I did was, let me fix that glare. What I did was I marked all these bolts before I went in with a paint pen, just like I did on the front. You put all your rib nuts in there and they bolt right up. That one was a little tough. That one you gotta do by hand. But yeah, no problem there. End result, happy, happy, happy. And you just gotta do the same thing on the other side. The inner fenders, I did maybe 3 or 4 times because I had to drill a couple holes of mine that weren't existing. But besides that, pretty easy. Now I know that wasn't a complete install information. If you need more directions, feel free to email me at info@blackberryoffroad.com. I'll leave that link down below. Also leave a link where you can actually buy those fenders. They're awesome fenders. They're high quality. What I love the most about them, besides how cool they look, how nice they are, is that they come with stainless hardware, because the last thing you want is nice fenders and rusty looking hardware. Instructions were good, sufficient enough, and really have no complaints. Can't wait to try them out. But I would definitely recommend them. Combat's been a good company to work with, and I like the way that they look and turn out. I'm sure you're gonna have questions. Leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Eat your prunes, and we'll be seeing you.